Morning, everybody. Welcome to Mechanical Advantage Garage here at Mecum Motorcycle Auctions, day 3, Friday. It's supposed to be a big money day today. So we're heading in. It's about just before 8 o'clock when they open the doors. We want to see what the first bikes are this morning. And yesterday was exciting. We'd been on a few things, didn't win a single thing, but had a good time. Couple quick things. If you like the format that I'm trying, where I do a walk around of a bike and then show you across the block, let me know. If you don't like that, let me know. Let me know if you want to see more interviews, things like that. And that will help me guide content. Just leave it in the comments. Also, I found out something interesting about the passes. I have a guest pass. My father's registered to bid. I didn't register this time. Turns out you can actually bid on these if the person who registered to bid is standing next to you. Can't do it otherwise. If you bid without that person, they won't take it. Anyway, let's get to the floor and see what's going on. So we've been seeing some exciting things at Mecum yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday. And values were all over the map. We saw some things that were absolute bargains, like a 83 XLH Ironhead Sportster that went for $2,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. Less than 3, I remember that. And an absolutely gorgeous Moto Guzzi at the end of the day that was a Moto Guzzi Le Mans 3 with Astrolite wheels, Performance Machine 6-piston brakes, a lot of Magni fairing, a lot of really interesting bodywork, and it sold for $5,000, which is probably the cheapest big block Moto Guzzi we saw all in the last 2 days. But there were also some big number of bikes. Kawasaki triples are doing huge numbers this weekend. There's some talk around the auction floor that this might be the weekend that we see a $40,000 Kawi triple. And when I say $40,000 Kawi triple, there is an H2R coming up, which will obviously exceed that. But I mean, for a street bike, like a 72 first-year Kawi triple, there's some talk that this may be the time we see a $40,000 one at auction, which hasn't happened yet. So, fingers crossed, unless you really want one, in which case I'll uncross them, because those bikes are getting expensive. I have like 5 in my basement that now, this has now convinced me to put at least one of them together. So, yeah. But yeah, it was sort of a roller coaster ride yesterday. Today is supposed to be a strong money day. We have some really interesting bikes coming up. Sandcast Hondas, Kawi Z1s. Although there were a fair number of Z1s that went up yesterday that brought strong money. But I think the values of those have kind of leveled off. And yeah, we have some beveled Ducatis that we're going to see. And just some interesting stuff that's just all around. So let's get down to the floor and see what's going on. Morning, Dad. What'd you find? So this is an SS100 Brough Superior, huh? With a JAP engine, a JAP, John Allen Prestwich engine, not a slur. 1928. Oh, this is a very nice one. This is actually a Works Brough Superior, and it comes with the Works record card. And it has the Castle Fork front suspension, which is has these Star friction dampeners, which are like shock absorbers. And the gauges on these, I gotta come around. I always love the gauges on these bikes because let's get some. Yeah, look at this. So it's a speedometer, but not one that I even know how to read, because I don't know what the complications are on the dial here. Looks more like a watch than a speedometer. Twin headlights on this one. So the estimate on this one today is going to be $180,000 to $200,000. So we'll see if it gets that. Just an absolutely gorgeous bike. Should go for decent money.
Take a look here, lot F-179, 1928, Brough Superior SS100, Alpine Grand Sports, racer replica with a V-twin and a Porsche.
I'm not going to do 200, I'm not going to do 200,000 out of bed, 150, line 150, down out of bed, now 100, V1, 100,000 out of bed, now 1 of bed, V1, I'm not going to do 100,000 out of bed, now 15, down 15, down 16, down 60, 70, down 70 bed, down 70 bed, down 60, 70, 70 bed, 80,000 out of bed. Now 70 bed, 80,000 out of now 90, now 90, now 90, now 100, 100,000 out of bed, you 90 bed, 95, 90,000 out of 95 bed, you 90,000 out of now 5, 95, 90,000 out of bed, 95, you 90 now 5, 95,000 out of bed on it, 90,000, 95. 90,000 out of bed, 95, negative 95, 100, you 100, negative 10, 110, 110, negative 100,000 out of bed, now 10, you 100, negative 10, to be 10 to bed, all 3 are now done, you 100,000 out of bed, 110, negative 110, everybody else, 100 to bed, 105, 105,000 out of bed, you 100, negative 105,000 out of bed, anybody else? We're close big, 100,000 out of bed goes on.
So here's an absolutely gorgeous example of Ducati awesomeness. This is a bevel drive 1972 Ducati 750 Sport, round case Sport. These engines are actually not Desmo. Everyone thinks that they're Desmos, but only the Super Sports were Desmos because they have Desmos here. And here's a 74 green frame 750 SS, also a round case. But yeah, this is a absolutely gorgeous bike. We happen to know the owner of this one, and we were talking with him yesterday. This should bring strong money. This is a, they're estimating it's a $50,000 to $60,000 bike. This is the first year of the round case. Big bore Ducatis. Before this, they were all 350s, and they're called bevels because in here is a shaft that has a bevel gear that behind this cover turns the camshaft. Now this is a valve spring model, but it is a valve spring sports model, unlike the GTs, which are touring bikes. On the other side here, we do have a Desmo. This is a 750 Super Sport green frame, and this is definitely a big money bike with an estimate of $190,000 to $220,000. And I imagine it'll get that. These are Saturday bikes, so we won't get to see them today, but yeah, it is unbelievably gorgeous. And for those who are familiar with the Sport Classic line that came out in 2006 and ran to 2011, and I happen to actually own one. I own a 2006 Sport 1000. These are the bikes they were patterned after. These are the bikes they were meant to pay tribute to. The Paul Smart paid tribute to the green frame because Paul Smart was the rider in 72 that won the Imola Grand Prix race on the Ducati, which was the first race and proved that these were excellent handling racing motorcycles. And then this was the street version of that bike to homologate it for racing. And then the 750 Sport was what they sold in more common numbers to folks. Even though they sold both of these to the public, you were more likely to find a Sport. Now, when I was a kid, when I was on the football team in high school, a friend of mine's father had a 750 Sport that I used to see all the time, and I thought it was the most gorgeous bike I'd ever seen, so I happen to really love it. Also on the big money list is this MV Agusta, and this is a 750 America, and this is expected to do $115,000 to $130,000. Again, this is a Saturday bike, but I just thought I would come up here and take a look at some of the more exotic things before they cross the hammer tomorrow, because they are just absolutely gorgeous. So here's a real neat warbird. This is a 1941 Harley XA. They made about 1,000 of these for World War II. They were copies of the BMW R71, and the purpose of it was the BMW R71 was somewhat of an unstoppable juggernaut in the North African campaigns, Rommel and in the desert, and Patton chasing him. So the War Department wanted something that was competitive with the BMW R71, so Harley reverse engineered one and built this bike. Not many of them. They were kind of obscure for a long time. What's made these famous, or maybe infamous, in the last couple of years is that this is what Von Dutch, Kenneth Howard, used as a base to build his Volkswagen powered bike that was on American pickers. So his bike was was one of these that he put a early Volkswagen engine in. He stretched the frame and had to make various adjustments, but this is what it started life as. Interestingly enough, there's also a Indian version of this called the Indian 841 that Norm Grabowski also built a Volkswagen powered motorcycle out of. So these Warbirds, and this one's a 42. I'm sorry, I said 41 before, but this one's a 42. And it's one of 1,016 produced in that time period. And it's a 45 cubic inch, so it's 750cc. Horizontally opposed. And shaft drive, too, which is also unusual for Harley-Davidson. Normally, they were chain drive up until they went to belts. Also interesting, since it is a Harley and it is kickstart, is it uses the BMW style sideways starter that the R71s used and a lot of later BMWs used, and even my /2 that's Volkswagen powered has that starter on it, that kick pedal that you just kick down on. So very interesting bike, very cool. Even has the gun rack, and I don't know if that's actually a real rifle, if that's just a dummy, but it is zip tied in there. Just all in all, an interesting bike. This one goes out on Saturday, so I don't think we'll see it today. So here's an absolutely gorgeous Norton. This is a 1950 Norton Manx 500, and this is an actual racing Norton Manx. Doesn't say anything about the... Well, Manxes didn't have headlights. They were all race bikes originally. They weren't street bikes. So this doesn't say anything about its race history, but it is a race prepped Manx, and it does have actual race numbers. It also looks like it's been on display for a long time because it says no engine oil on the cap, on the fuel cap. So here's the fuel cap tank strap, and by the way, here is where the oil goes because the oil tank is underneath the seat. Also, a gigantic megaphone here that's just completely baffleless, so this would be a very loud bike. Absolutely gorgeous. This is actually an early one, it's 50, so it is a wide line featherbed. And if you remember yesterday when I was talking about wide lines, the frame comes up and the rail goes straight. A slim line, the rail would cock in right here, so the rider could get his legs in tighter, and they could run a narrower tank, so you didn't have such a wide spread. But otherwise, a very cool bike. Also, GP shift pattern, so very interesting. And they have the red line here set at 7,000, which is very nice bike. Oh, Lucas Magneto right here. So no battery on this. It is a batteryless race bike. But yeah, very cool. So quite a comparison to Wednesday when we first came in. These are all the today and tomorrow bikes that are going up for sale. But this was the Wednesday and Thursday, and the bikes that you see still here are the ones that did not sell. And the empty spaces are the ones that did sell. So there is an actual entire row of empty spaces because there's a lot of bikes that sold yesterday and Wednesday. But there are quite a few bikes that are still here. This row right here is Thursday, so that's why that's still kind of full. But yeah, see how it has like empty spaces, and then there's this entire row right here that's completely empty. Those are bikes that sold. So bikes that sold don't come back out here. They go back behind the curtain. But yeah, let's go check out some more bikes. Here are all the early bikes going to the stand. Looks like that. Number one. So here's number one of today. We saw this in yesterday's video. because I'm absolutely smitten with it, and I used to own one. I used to have same year 79 CX 100. Mine was all black with a Le Mans 1 replica fairing instead of the Le Mans 2 CX 100 square fairing. But this one is absolutely gorgeous. Just in fantastic shape, but we're kind of curious about what the value of this is going to go for, because it's a no reserve bike and it's #1 in the auction. So this is Friday, so it is supposed to be a big money day, but do we know if this is actually going to kick off things right, or is this going to be the slow bid and somebody's going to get a real bargain? I am curious to find out. So, oh, and here's something interesting. If you go on their website, you can hear this one run. So we'll see if this one gets bid. So here's an interesting little bike. This is a Suzuki T20 Hustler. This is before the X6 Hustler. These are fun, little, unusual, kind of baby T500s, because they do look like T500 engines, but they are half the size. These are very quick for their time period, being 2-strokes and Suzuki's. And interesting thing about it that the 500 doesn't have, and I can't remember if it's this or the X6 that has it, but they have a rotary top trans that you get to top gear, and then if you keep shifting up, it goes back to first. I can't remember if it was the early ones that had that or if it was the later ones. But yeah, this is the T20 Suzuki Hustler. And then right here is its bigger brother, the T500. And this is not, I don't think this is a Cobra. This is a 70, I believe. Yes, this is a 70 T500. I actually had a 71 that was teal and white that I sold way too cheap and loved, but was too small. Fun feature of these are factory redline tires. I even had redline tires for mine, but they were weather checked, so they were only for display. These redline tires are not reproduced, so anytime you see a T500 that comes with them, those are the original tires for the bike. And they show very well. I mean, it was a factory standard thing to have the redline tires on. So having original tires is kind of a funny thing, especially on a bike this size.
Auction today, we ask that when your motorcycle is at the bottom of the ramp on the on-deck area, you be down there around that on-deck circle where Kirk Delzell is right now. That way, when your bike is up here on the turntable, you'll be right here on the Mecum Sold where Clint Hunter is right now. They are 2 of our sellers' ambassadors, and they will meet you down there. We have any questions about your bike, you're right there to answer those questions. They will walk you through the bidding process, and if you want to take your reserve off early, you're right here and ready to represent your automobile. So please, when your motorcycles are on deck, be down there on the on-deck circle. If you're in the crowd and there's 1 motorcycle or 10 or 12 or 20 that you want to bid on later in the day, see the bidder's assistants that are in your section. They are here to help you, and they will make a note in their book. When those bikes come in, they'll look over in your seat, make sure that you are well able to get your bid in on the item you want to buy. If you need more bidding power, when you walked in this morning, you went past the booth up there. Mecum Financial is here, and they are here to give you money. Money for you, and all of you. Lots of money, Bobby. That way your bids will have way more horsepower, and you will have a better opportunity to get the bike or bikes purchased that you want to buy. Once you do get them bought, you need to get them from our auction floor to your garage door. Over by the office is Hall Bikes, and they are specialists in hauling and moving motorcycles all over the country, and they are here to give you a quote and get your bikes transported home in a nice big semi-truck. Let it load. Yeah, you better keep practicing that one, Bob. But it was a nice try. All motorcycles are sold as is, so please inspect the bikes. Know what you're bidding on. Know what you're buying, because at the fall of the hammer and the auctioneer announces sold ownership transfers, it is then your motorcycle. So please, know what you're bidding on, know what you're buying. You do need to have a bidder number in order to bid at a Mecum auction. If you are a guest of a bidder, and that bidder goes to look at bikes or get a drink, and something comes across the stage that you think you want to bid on, we cannot take a bid from a guest pass, so please have that bidder with you. Good morning, Internet. We're happy to have you on board. Bid early, bid often, do not delay, do not hesitate. Folks, we have a good pace going, and we'll keep that pace going as long as possible.
Okay, well, when they come back, tap me on, I'll move.
Early and often. We don't want you to miss the opportunity to buy. To give the descriptions of these motorcycles today, every day here. Been with Mecum Auctions a long time, does a great job. My very good friend, Mr. Bob McLaughlin.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. And to start us off today, ladies and gentlemen, our lead auctioneer, Jimmy Landis. Let the games begin. Love you, Mama. Now offering F1 from the Summit Collection. A 79 Moto Uzi CX100. Got a V-twin engine, sold on a title, mag wheels, no reserve.
Selling at no reserve. Somebody get $5,000 here. You better get 5 bid. You better get 3. You better get 2. At $2,000 bid. You better get 2. Give 1,000. You better get 1,000. You better get $1,000 for it. I have $500 bid. You better get 750 bid. You better get 7.5 here. You better get 500, 750, 1,000. At $1,000 bid. 1,000. You better get $1,000. At 1,000. You better get 12.5 here. You better get $1,500 bid. You better get 17 and a half. At $1,752,000 now. You better get 2 bid. You better get 22 and a half. At 22, 5,500 now. 3,000. You better get 3, 3,500. At $3,500, 4,000. You better get $4,500 bid. You better get 4,500. At $5,000 now. You better get 5 bid. You better get 5 here. 5,500. At $5,500, $6,000 bid. You better get 6. At $6,500 now. You better get 5 here. You better get 7,000. You better get 7. At $7,000 now. $7,500 bid. You better get 75, 8. $8,000 bid. You better get 8, 8. Yes, sir. You better get $8,500. $8,500 bid. 9,000. You better get 9 bid. You better get 9 bid. You better get 10. At 10,000. You better get 10 bid. You better get 10. 11,000. You better get 10, 11. $11,000. 12,000. You better get 12 here. You better get 13. You better get 13. At 13,000. You better get 13 bid. You better get 12,000. You better get 13,000. Sold. $12,000 to the Meganet. Sold.
Now offering F2 from the Summit Collection, a 69 Suzuki T250 Hustler. This was the first year of the Hustler model. Sold on a title with the lucky track, no reserve.
$5,000 here. You better get 3. You better get 2. 1,000. You better get 12.5 here. You better get 12.5. 15. $1,500 bid. You better get 15. You better get $1,500. You get 1,500. At $1,500 bid. You better get 15. You better get 15. You better get 17.5. At $1,500. 1750 bid. You better get 1,750. I have 1,500. 17.5. $2,000. 22.5. At 22.5 here. You better get $2,500 bid. You better get 2,500. At $2,500 bid. You better get 22.5. You better get 25. 7.5. At 2,753,000. You better get 3 bid. You better get 3. You better get 3. At $3,000. 3,500 now. You better get 5 bid. You better get 35. At $3,500 you get 3,000. You better get $3,500 bid. You better get 3,500. Yeah, I'm afraid of that. 32 and a half, 3,500. I have 32 and a half bid. You better get $3,500 in. You better get 5 bid. You better get 2 and a half. You better get 3,500. Sold. $3,250, Megan.
Now I'll bring F3 from the Summit Collection, a 70 Suzuki T50 Titan. Got 2-stroke parallel twin engine, sold on a title, dual seat with a grab bar, no reserve.
$5,000 in. You better get 5 bid. You better get 1,000. You better get $1,500 bid. You better get 1,500. 15 bid. You better get $2,000 bid. You better get 2 bid. You better get 2. You better get $2,000. $1,500 bid. You better get 2 bid. You better get 2. You better get $2,000. $2,500 now. At 25 at 3,000. 3 bid. You better get $3,500 bid. You better get 3,500. At 4,000. You better get $4,500 bid. You better get 4,500. 45 and now 5,000. You better get 5 bid. You better get $4,500 bid. You better get 5,000. So $4,500 to the internet.
So here are a trio of Ironheads, and I know I've done a lot of Ironhead coverage on Mecum, but that's because I'm kind of into them. I own a 74 and I love it. So there's a trio of them here that should be good values for somebody. There's a 58 here, a 68, and that's a 74 with a lot of earlier equipment on it. The 58 is actually kind of rough. I was not expecting it to be in this rough a condition. It's got quite a few dents, but it is a nice, honest, original bike. And it is a low lot number, so it's early in the morning, so we'll see what these go for. These might actually be a very good value to somebody who's looking to get into early Ironheads, especially 58 where they have these fairings here and the early dashboards. They don't have the headlight eyebrows like the later ones. So here's a 1968, and it's billed as it's an XLCH, and it does have the XLCH oil tank, not the horseshoe oil tank, but the kickstart only oil tank. A very small battery on these, and it does have the XLCH aluminum Borani alloy rims. But somebody did the Frisco chopper sort of tank mount to it. I'm not really fond of it because even at 2.2 gallons, look where your petcock is, so look at how much it decreases your usable fuel. But it does look cool, and this one's actually kind of nice, and it is mostly stock. It is, again, an early Ironhead. It's a 60s, so it doesn't have the cutout here. It has a switch instead for the headlight. Looks like it's got Excel coils on it, and it is a pressed steel primary. And then this is a 74, similar to the one I have, but it has a 60s turtle tank. They use these turtle tanks from 1961 to right about 1971. And I actually have one of these that I want to put on my 74, so it's really interesting to see how he mounted it. Turns out that there's a actual mounting lug right here on the neck that I should be able to utilize. This one's really interesting too because it has an oil cooler and it has an external oil filter. Most people don't realize this, but the oil filters for Ironheads are just a screen inside the oil tank itself. They are not much of a filter. You just sort of take them out and you rinse them. This one is missing its eyebrow. It has a later headlight, a larger headlight on it. Something else that might affect the value on this is this has a California blue tag, which indicates it was reissued a VIN, so it doesn't have the original Harley VIN, but it does have the original Harley VIN numbers on the frame and the engine, which seem to match. So all in all, I think this will be a good value to somebody who's looking to get into early Sportsters.
Now offering at 14, a 58 Harley-Davidson XLA Sportster. Historically preserved restoration, 883cc V-twin. Clean Wisconsin title, no reserve.
Somebody get 15,000, you're gonna get 10, you're gonna get 5,000, you're gonna get 5 bid, you're gonna get 3. At 3,000, you're gonna get 1,000, you're gonna get $1,500 bid, you're gonna get 2,000, you're gonna get 2,500. At $2,500, 3,000, you're gonna get 3, you're gonna get 3, you're gonna get 3, you're gonna get 3. At 3,000, you're gonna get 23, $3,500 bid, you're gonna get 3,500. At $3,500 here, you're gonna get 3,000, you're gonna get $3,500, 4,000 now. At 4 bid, you're gonna get 4, you're gonna get 5, $4,500 bid. At $4,500, you get $4,500 bid, you're gonna get 5 bid, you're gonna get 4,500. At $4,500 bid, you're gonna get 4,500. Now 5,000. 5,000. I have $4,500 bid. You're gonna get 5. $5,500. $5,500 bid. You're gonna get 5 bid. You're gonna get $5,500. You get $5,500 bid. You're gonna get 5,500. So $5,000. Nick.
Now offering at 15, a 68 Harley-Davidson XLC8 Sportster. Original stock condition, same owner since 98, no reserve.
Somebody get 10,000, you're gonna get 10, you're gonna get 10, you're gonna get 5,000, you're gonna get 5 bid, you're gonna get 5. And 5,000, you're gonna get 1,000, here you're gonna get $1,500 bid, you're gonna get 15, 2. 2,000, you're gonna get 2, you're gonna get $2,500 bid, you're gonna get 5 bid, you're gonna get 2,500. At 3,000, you're gonna get 3 bid, you're gonna get 3, you're gonna get 3,000, you're gonna get 3. At $2,500 bid, you're gonna get 3,000. Anybody else? 3 now. 5. 3,500. At $3,500 bid, you're gonna get 35 bid. You're gonna get $3,500 bid. You're gonna get 35. 32 and a half. Now 3,500. 32 and a half bid. You're gonna get $3,500 internet. You're gonna get $3,500. You get 2 and a half. You're gonna get 35. So $3,250. Alex.
Now offering F16 of 74 Harley-Davidson XLCH 1000 Sportster. Rebuilt, balanced engine, full dresser, no reserve.
10,000. You're gonna get 10. You're gonna get 5 bid. You're gonna get 5 here. You're gonna get 1,000. You're gonna get 15. You're gonna get 2,000. You're gonna get 2. $2,000. 2,500. 3,000. You're gonna get 3. You're gonna get 3. You're gonna get 3. At $3,000 here, you're gonna get 3 bid. You're gonna get 3. You're gonna get 3,000. You're gonna get 2,500. 3 now 5. At $3,500 bid, you're gonna get $3,500. You get 3 and now 5. At $3,500 bid, you're gonna get $3,500. You get 3,000. You're gonna get 32 and a half. 5. 32, 50, 35 bid. You're gonna get 5. 5, 2 and a half's the bid. You're gonna get 3,500. I have 32.50 bid. You're gonna get $3,500. You get 3,500. So $3,250. Zach Dentino.
Now I'll bring it.
Where and three? No, just the 1 and 2. So here's a really interesting well actually this is a K0 CB750, but this is one of the things that illustrates my frustration with Mecum, and that is this bike is listed in all the paperwork as being a 69, but it has an actual build date of March of 1970, making it a 1970 K0. To most people who just want a shiny CB750, that isn't going to matter, but if you are a CB750 collector, being a 69 versus a 70 actually does matter in value by a couple $1,000s, even though the bikes are almost virtually identical. Just because there are some small details that people would like to see on 69s, like cut fenders instead of the rolled fender edges, and things like that that were early 69 production that didn't make it into 70. Wrinkle tanks and things like that based on VIN. So people would pay a little bit more for those sort of details that are not on this bike. And that's the frustration, is that they have mislisted it in years, and I hope somebody doesn't get fooled or doesn't overpay thinking it's a 69 when it is a 70. So yeah, but it is a fun bike. It is very clean and it is very beautiful. Something else that's interesting to me is the side cover badge is on backwards. This is the left side cover badge. The wing is supposed to be going forward. So whoever installed it put them on the wrong sides. But otherwise, a very, very nice bike. Oh, something else to check out when you're looking at CB750s, and if you're looking at early ones with unicorn clamps, you always want to make sure that they have these washers in here. So these clamps are fragile and they tend to crack right here. People forget when they reassemble these bikes, they forget to put the washers in, and when they tighten it down, they crack. So you have to take a look and make sure that those washers are in there. Something else is the jewels here, they all fall in. So it's nice to see restored gauges with the jewels in the right place. But otherwise, this is a very nice bike. It has original pipes on it. These are HM 300 pipes, which are the correct pipes for 1969 and 1970. And it has the smaller taillight too. So overall, nice bike, should present well, and hopefully guy gets what he wants for it. And hopefully nobody's misled by it.
I'd get a bit of a 12 bid, 13,000. At 12 here, I'd get a bit of 13. I'd get a bit of a 12 bid, 14. I'd get a bit of 14. I'd get a bit of 13, 14 now. At 14 a bid, I'd get a bit of a 14. I'd get a bit of 14. I'd get a bit of 13, 14 a bid. At 14 down, I'd get a bit of 13, 5 here. I'd get a bit of a 14 down 5. At 14 down 5, I'd get a bit of a 5 down 14, 5. I'd get a bit of a 5, 15. I'd get a bit of 15 pound bid. At 15 bid, I'd get a bit of entry, get a bid, big quick. Get a bit of a 15 pound. I'd get a bit of 5 bid, 15. At 15 pound, I'd get a bit of 15, 15, 15, 14, 5 here, 15. At 14, 5 bid, I'd get a bit of a 15, 15, 14, 5. I'd get a bit of a 15,000. Sold 14,500. Sold 14,500.
So this thing is so dangerous, I feel nervous just standing next to it. This is a TZ750 dirt tracker. This is not the actual bike that Kenny Roberts said they don't pay me enough to ride this thing, but it is a 2018 build of the same type. It is 4 Electron carburetors. These are flat slides. They are not round slides. See, the slide inside here is completely flat. And by the way, flat trackers, they don't have front brakes. So this looks like a 2018 build, but it is built to a very high standard. It is a Kenny Roberts race-ready replica because it is in the yellow and black block colors. It is $25,000 into the engine, built by Steve Abbott of the UK. And by the way, this is 752 stroke with an open dry clutch. Just look at the details on this thing. It is phenomenal. Just quite an amazing motorcycle. There you go. Let's get the... So here's another 75 Norton Commando electric start. After the one yesterday that went $25,000, we're curious to see what this black and gold one will do. Also right behind it is a 750, an earlier Commando, not an electric start. These have been kind of all over the map this weekend, so I want to see where these end up.
Offering F46, a 75 Norton Commando 850 Mark III. Got an electric starter on it. Restoration completed in 2023.
I'm not trying not going to be a bit of a 3 time 10, not going to be a 20,000 of it, not going to be a bit of a 10. Hit 10, not going to be a 10 down, not going to be a there, not going to be a 10, not going to be a 5, not going to be a 5 pin, not going to be a 5, and 5 pin, 6,000 on down, and 5 pin, not going to be a 6 here, not going to be a 7, and 7 a bit down, pin, not going to be a 7 pound, 8 down, not going to be a 9 down, 9 down, 9, going to be a 10, hit 10, not going to be a 10, not going to be a 10, going to be 10 there, not going to be a 11,000, and 10's a bit, 11 pound a man, 11 pound down, not going to be a 10. 11, 12, and a 12 here, not going to be a 12 pound, not going to 11 a bit, not going to be a 12 pound, 11 down, not going to be a 12 here, not going to be a 12 pound, not going to be a 12, 11, 12, 13, not going to be a 13 pound bill, hit 12, not going to be 13, 13, not going to be a 12 pound bill, 13, and not going to be 13, 13, not going to be a 12, not going to be 13, hands high, and 12's there, not going to be 13, not going to be 12 down, not going to be 13 pound, and not going to be a 12, not going to be a 12, 5, you'll do that, not going to be 12, 12, 5, hit 5, not going to last call, y'all, not going to be 12,500, 13,000. 13 pound bill, 12 5, 13, not gonna be a 13, not gonna be a 12 5, 13 bill, not gonna be 13, 13, not gonna be a 12 5, reserves on 13 pound bill, and 12 5 bid, not gonna be make sure to get 13, and sells all the way down, not gonna be 13, not gonna be a bit of a pair, not gonna get 13. New center, 13 pound bill, and 13, 13, you get 13, not gonna be about 5, and 5, hit 13, 5, and now 5, not gonna be about 5, down 5, not gonna be that round, not gonna be about 5, 13, 5, hit 5, and a bit of about 5, down 14, a bit, not gonna be 14, and not gonna be about 14, 14, not gonna be 13, 5, bid, not gonna be 14, pound, 9, pound, sold 13, 5, hit sold 13,500 scooter.
Now offering F47, a 71 Norton Commando 750. Restoration completed in 2023. Parallel twin engine with a 4-speed.
Not gonna be the same plane here, down, not gonna be about 5, gonna be about 12, not gonna be about 10, not gonna be about 4,000, not gonna be about 5,000, 6,000, and down 7 pound pay, not gonna be about 7 pound pay, down 5, not gonna be 8, not gonna be about 9 pound pay, and 9, not gonna be about 9 feet, not gonna be about 10, not gonna be about 10, and the 10, not gonna be about pound pay, down 10 pound, 11 here, not gonna be 10 pound, 11,000, 11 pound pay, not gonna be about 10, 11, 12, not gonna be about 12 here, not gonna be about 12, and a 5, not 12, not gonna be about 5, 12,000 a bit, and 12, not gonna be about 12 pay, not gonna be about 12 pound, not gonna be 12 pound, 5, not gonna be reserves all the way, 12, 5, and 12, not gonna be about 5, and now 5 pay, not gonna be about 5 pound, not gonna be about 12, 5, not gonna be 12 pay, 12, 5, and 5, not gonna be about 5 here, not gonna be about 5, down 5, next round, not gonna be about 5, 12, 5, and I have.
71 Triumph Bonneville Custom Bobber with an Arizona Title Reserve.
The reserve, higher negative on the chair, 15, higher negative 15, get 10, higher negative 10 pound out of bed, 15 bed, higher negative 10 bed, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 out of bed, 5,000 out of 90, now pound bed, higher negative 5,000, you now 5, higher negative 5 pound out of now 4, now 4,500, $4,500 on a Triumph. 40, now 5 pounds a dollar, 4,500, 5,500, that's it, 5 pounds a dollar, 5,500 out of bed, here now 5 pounds a dollar, 5,500, now negative 5,500, so 5 pounds a dollar, 5 pounds a dollar, Zach.
So here's a really beautiful 1965 Panhead. The interesting thing about these bikes is 65 is the last year of the Panhead, first year of an electric start. You can actually see the electric starters in there. These are very sought after bikes, but this one did not do as well as I thought it was going to do on the auction block. I'll run the auction after this so you can see for yourself, because here's a 68 generator shovel that outsold it completely, but they're both very gorgeous bikes. And the bargain of these trio is this 70s cone shovel that's just beautiful shape, but didn't do as strong as the other two. And then there's this gorgeous W, not a WL, it's an actual W. Just very pretty flathead.
FLA's Electric Glide. Comprehensive restoration, re-chrome parts throughout, hard saddlebags with chrome guards.
And not gonna be bright like a cat here, not gonna be a 20, not gonna be a minute, not gonna be a 10, not gonna be a 20, not gonna be a 10 here, 5 and 7,000. In a 5 here, not gonna be a 7 here, not gonna be a 10 down, 12 here, not gonna be a 15, not gonna be a 13, 14, 15. 15, not gonna be a 16, not gonna be a 15 bid, 16,000. 15's a bid, 70 is 16, down 17, 18, 18 down 18, down here, down 19, down 19, in and inside, not gonna be 18,000. 18, 5, 19, down 5, 19, 5 reserves, top of the way, 19, bid 5, hit 5, I'm gonna be about 19, I'm gonna be about 5, 19, 5, and now 20, I'm gonna be about 20 bid, I'm gonna be on inside again, 20,000, 19, 5, gonna be about 20 down, 19, 5, 20, and I'm gonna be about 20 bid, 20 bid, I'm gonna be about 20, 19, 5, last call down 20,000, and I'm gonna ask at 20, 19, 5, 20, asking 20,000 a bid, and I'm gonna be about 20 bid, I'm gonna be go down, take it down 5, 20,000, 5, and now 5, I'm gonna be about 20 here, 5, and now 5 bid, I'm gonna be about 5, 1, I'm gonna be about 21,000 a bid, 21,000 down, I'm gonna be about 5 here, 1, and 1, I'm gonna be about 5, 1, 1, I'm gonna be about bid, I'm gonna be about 5 here, 1, 5, and 12,000, I'm gonna be about 5 bid, I'm gonna be 12, 5, 12, 5 bid, sells all the way, and 1, 5 bid, I'm gonna be about 5, gentlemen, 1, 5, I'm gonna be about 12, 5, and now 5 bid, I'm gonna be about 5, down 5, and 2, hit 2, I'm gonna be about 2, I'm gonna be about 2 here, 1, 5, 2, 5, hit 2, 5, I'm gonna be about 5 here, I'm gonna be 2, I'm gonna be about 5, down 22, 5, I'm gonna be 2, 5 bid, and I'm gonna be about 5, 5, I'm gonna be 2, 5 here, I'm gonna last call, y'all 2, 5, I'm gonna be 2, 5 bid, and 22,500 around, I'm gonna be about 5, 22,500, now 3, now 23, and 23, I'm gonna be about 3, and 4, I'm gonna be about 3, 4, I'm gonna be about 3, I'm gonna be about 4, and 3, I'm gonna be about 4, down 4, I'm gonna be about 3, I'm gonna be about 4, down 3, I'm gonna be 4, I'm gonna be 3, I'm gonna be 24,000, and 3 to bid, I'm gonna be about 4, down 4, I'm gonna last call, 24,000 to bid, and 4 down, 7, I'm gonna be 3, 4, I'm gonna be about 4, down 4, down 5, now 5, 24's a bid, 25, I'm gonna be about 4, 5 here now, hit 5 down, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4 to bid, I'm gonna be about 5, 6 out bid, I'm gonna be about 5, 6 here now, and 5 bid, I'm gonna be about 6 here. We left reasonable a long time ago, gentlemen. Give 26,000 and buy it. 26 out of bid. 20 only live once. 26,000. 26 out of bid. 26,000 under down. I'm gonna be about 5 bid. I'm gonna be about 26,000. And now 5 bid. I'm gonna be about 6 here. I'm gonna be 1. I'm gonna be about 5 bid. 6. 26,000. All done. Thank you, sir. Sold 25,000. Sold $25,000 scooter. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Travis.
On the block now showing his line F70, 73 Harley-Davidson Electric Glide, matching numbers with a V-twin.
Get right, Harley-Davidson appeared, Harley-Davidson get here 20, Harley-Davidson get 20,000, hit 20, Harley-Davidson get here 10, Harley-Davidson get 10,000 out of bid, Harley-Davidson down 2, 3, hit 3,000, Harley-Davidson get 4,000, 5,000, Harley-Davidson get 5 to bid, 6,000 out of bid, down 7, hit 7, 8, Harley-Davidson down 8,000 out of 9, Harley-Davidson down 9, Harley-Davidson 10, Harley-Davidson research up, hit 9, 10, Harley-Davidson get here 9,000 out of down 10, I'm at 9,000, Harley-Davidson get 10,000 out of Harley-Davidson 9 to bid 10, hit 10, Harley-Davidson get here, I'll take $9,500, anybody else at 95, internet has bid 10, Harley-Davidson get 10, 11, Harley-Davidson 11, Harley-Davidson down 11, Harley-Davidson get here 11,000, Harley-Davidson get 10 to bid down 11, hit 10 bid with Brian down 11,000 bid, Harley-Davidson 10 here 10,5, hit 10,000, Harley-Davidson get 500, internet bought 10,5, I got 10 bid 10,5, anybody else last call $10,500, I have. So $10,000, Brian.
On F71, the 65 Harley-Davidson FLA is recently restored with a V-twin, no reserve.
Yeah, Brian, Harley-Davidson get here 20, 20,000, Harley-Davidson get 20, 10, Harley-Davidson get here 10,000, Harley-Davidson get 10, Harley-Davidson get $5,000, get 5, Harley-Davidson in there, 5,000 bid, Harley-Davidson get 5, Harley-Davidson get here down 7,000 bid, down 10, Harley-Davidson get 10,000, Harley-Davidson get 10,000, Harley-Davidson get 10 bid, down 10, get 10, Harley-Davidson get here 7, 8, Harley-Davidson get 8,000 9, go 9, Harley-Davidson in there, 9, Harley-Davidson get 8, 9, 10, Harley-Davidson get 10, get 10, Harley-Davidson get 10,000, 11, Harley-Davidson get here 11,000 bid, Harley-Davidson get 10 here, 11, 12, Harley-Davidson get down 12, Harley-Davidson get down 13, Harley-Davidson get down 13, Harley-Davidson get 13,000, right now 13, Harley-Davidson get here 13, 13, right now 14, Harley-Davidson get 15, Harley-Davidson get 14 bid, 15, I got Paul 14, you're out way out right field, 15,000 bid, and 14, 15, Harley-Davidson get 14, 15, and Bud Bison Lounge, you're out at $15,000 if you want it, now 16,000 bid, now 16, 15 bid, 16,000 bid, Harley-Davidson get here 15, 16, 17, and now 17, Harley-Davidson get down 17, it's 17, Harley-Davidson get here 16, 17, Harley-Davidson get down 17, Harley-Davidson get 17, it's 17, Harley-Davidson get down 17, I get Zach and Alina 16, 17, and now 17 bid, and 17, Harley-Davidson get down 17, done, you want to give 16, 5, Harley-Davidson get 16, 5, did you say Zach 16? No, I already had 15, I'm asking 16, you want to give 16 over there, or 15, 5? I got 15 bid, 15.5. Buy sells all the way, 15.5 due. 15 bid, yes sir, 15.5. No sir, you're gonna be 15.5, 15.5. Last call, 15,500. So, $15,000, Alex.
So here's something you don't see every day. A whole bunch of Indian 4-cylinders right in a row. We got this one. We got a, well actually it's not Indian, this is a Pierce 4-cylinder. And then we got a Cleveland 4-cylinder. And then walking away from us is another Indian 4-cylinder. So yeah, just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's nice. 185. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Somebody get 30. Somebody get 30,000.
Special event here. The next 3 bikes are from the Wayne Crudy collection, one of the most noted restorers in the country. Here's the first one, now offering F100, a 1927 Cleveland 4. Comprehensive restoration by Wayne Crudy in 17. Rebuild engine and transmission with documentation. 750 inline 4-cylinder, 3-speed manual.
And somebody get $200,000 here. You better get 2. You better get 200. At $200,000 bid, you better get 2. Give 150,000. Give 100. At $100,000 bid, 100 here. You better get 1 from the 50 bid. 50, 60 bid. You better get 70 bid. You better get 70. You better get 70. You better get 60, 70. I have 60 bid. You better get 70, 80. At 80,000, you better give 80 bid. You better give 80. You better give 80. You better get 70 bid. You better give 80,000. And now 90,000. You better get 100,000 here. You better get 100. I have 90. Put up 100,000. 100's a bid. 110. 100,000. 110,000. One's the bid. You better get 110. I have 100,000. 110,000. You better get 10. I have 100 bid. 110,000. Anybody else? At 100's a bid. $110,000. I have 100 bid. 110. Go 10. 110. 20. I have 110. 120. 110 bid. 120,000. Anybody else? 110. 120,000. 120. 120. 120. 115.
Restored by one of the best.
115. Internet, you're at 120. 115,000. 120,000. 120. Reserve is off.
There we go.
I have 115,000. 120,000. 115. 20. 120. 120. Internet, you better get 120. 115,000. 120. So, $115,000 Blake Ball.
Now offering F100.1 and 1912 Pierce 4. Again, a comprehensive restoration by one of the best, Wayne Crudy. Rebuild engine transmission, inline 4-cylinder, 2-speed. This one has an enclosed drive shaft as well. Very rare in those years.
$200,000 here. You better get 2. Give 150. Give 100. At $100,000 bid, 100 bid. You better get 30, 40. At 40 bid, you better get 50 bid. You better get 60,000 again. You better get 60, 70. At 70,000, you better give 80,000. You better give 80 bid. You better get 70, 80. At 90 bid, you better get 90, 100. 100 bid, 100 here. You better get 90 bid. You better get 100,000, 100. I have 90 bid. Put it 100,000, 110. 100 bid, 110. I have 100 bid, 110,000. You better get 10 bid. Anybody else? 100's a bid. 105, 110. 15 bid, 110 again. 10 bid. You better get 10, 15. 115, 115, now 20, 20 bid, you better get 5, 125, 125,000, you better get 125, 125,000 other, 125 bid, you better get 25 here, you better get 125, 125, 115, 125, 125,000 other, 125 bid, 120, 120, 125, and the reserve is off. 120,000, 125. I have 120 bid, 125,000. You better get now 30, 130, 125 bid. You better get 30 bid. You better get 30. You better get 130, 125,000, 130. So $125,000, Ryan.
Now offering F1, 1928 Indian Ace. Again, comprehensive restoration by Wayne Crudy in 2014. Still presents very well. Engine and transmission assembly rebuilt. 4-cylinder engine, 3-speed manual.
$200,000 here, you better get 2, give 150, give 100. At $100,000 bid, 100 here, you better get 50,000, you better get 50, show me 50 bid, you better get 50, 60, 70, at 70 bid, you better get 70, 80, at 80 bid, you better get 80, you better get 90 bid, you better get 90, 100 bid, 110 bid, you better get 10, 110, 20, 120 bid, you better get 20, you better get 5 bid, 125 here, 5, 130, 135, 135, 40, you're out now, 45, 140 bid, you better get 5, 50, 150, 60, 160 bid, you better get 160, 70, 170, 80, 180 bid, you better get 80, you better get 90, reserve is off, 190, 200, at $200,000, 10, at 210 bid, you better get 20, at 220 bid, you better get 200 to bid, $220,000, and you better get 210, I have $200,000 bid, 210, sold, $200,000, tall guy.
Awesome. Now offering F102 a 1930 Harley-Davidson BL. This was the first year for the big 74 cubic inch flat head engine. New tires, restored wheels.
To Kawasaki H2 750 Mach 4 with an inline 3-cylinder and a 5-speed.
You're right, what am I gonna do? How much here? Get 40, get 30, higher negative 20, 20 bid, higher negative 20, got 8 pounds, another 9, bid down 10, and now 11, 12, higher down 12 pounds, and 13 pounds, bid down 13, bid negative 13 pounds, another bid, bid 12 pounds, out of negative 13 pounds, 13, 14, bid, 15 pounds, and out of bed, bid now 15 pounds, that time 15 pounds, and 16, higher negative 17, bid down 17 pounds, bid down 17, bid down negative 17, bid down 17 pounds and out of bed, bid down 17 pounds and got it down 17, higher down 17, bid down 18, down 17, 18, bid 17 to negative 18 pounds out of bed, down negative 19, bid down 19 pounds and out of bed, 19 to bed, 19 to bed, down, bid 19 pounds and bid down 20, bid down 19 here, 20, nope, 19, 20, 19, 20, 19, 20, 19, 20, 20 pounds and out of bed, 19 pound 20, 19, reserve is up, 19, 20, 2%, 19, 20, 19, 20, 19, 20, I'm going to do 19, it'll be 20, hey, thank you, that one, 21, 20 down 1, internet, 20 pounds and out of bed, 21, 20 bed, 21, now 2, 22 pounds and out of bed, here down 1, now 2, 22 pounds and everybody else, so 21 pounds and out of 21 pounds and out of internet.
So here's something that's just absolutely gorgeous. This is a Kawasaki H2R. I don't even know what the estimate is on this, but they're looking at 180 to 220,000 on the sheet. This is just a phenomenal road racer. This is, here we go. Just an absolutely gorgeous bike. Real deal Kawasaki. Raced by Art Bauman, or believed to be raced by Art Bauman. Purchased from his nephew. Just in the best condition. It's just amazing. Cool detail here. These are fiberglass tanks. And the way they check fuel level is they just leave the fiberglass unpainted in a strip here. So you can see where the fuel is in the tank. Ducatis were famous for this too. It's an old racing trick from the 70s.
13 pounds and others internet.
The next 3 bikes coming up are all offered from a major racing motorcycle collection. First of which is lot F123.1, 1972 Ducati 750 GT Imola replica. A replica of Smart's 1972 Imola 200 winner built in 1976 using original X-Work Ducati parts. Restored under the supervision of Reno Leone and prepared by NCR Race Shop. So
Negative 200, hang about 150, hang about 100. 100, you won, 100 pounds and out of bed, get 50 pounds and out starting, 50 pounds at 20 pounds and out, 30 pounds out of bed, 30 again, 30, 40 pounds and out of 50 pounds out of bed, you're now 40 pounds out of bed, now negative 50 pounds out of bed, you're 40 pounds and out of 50 pounds and 40, 50, negative 40 bed, 50 to bed, you're now 40 pounds and out of now 50 pounds and they're now 60 pounds out of negative 60, 70, they're now 70 pounds down, negative 70 pounds out of bed, you're 60 pounds out of 70 pounds out of, you're 60, 70, 80, about 75, now 80, 75, 80, 80 pounds out of now, out of bed, 80 pounds out of bed, they're now 80 pounds and out of bed, now negative 80 pounds and they're now 80 pounds and out of bed, down, negative 80 pounds and 80 pounds and out of bed, 80 pounds and top, 80 pounds and out of bed, now 80, down, negative 80 pounds and out of bed, 80, now 90, 80 pounds out of 90 pounds out of bed, they're down, reserve is up, 80 pounds and 90 pounds and 80 bed, 90 bed, 80 pounds and out of now 90, I'm at 80 bed, gonna be 90 pounds and out of bed, 85, anybody else, 80 pounds and 85 pounds and dollars, last call, 80 bed, 85, sold, 80 pounds and dollars, 80 pound dollars, Zach.
Offering line F124, 1974 Kawasaki H2 R750 Road Racer with an inline 3-cylinder engine purchased from Ken Seavey, nephew of Art Bowman, purportedly to be Art's racing motorcycle, and it comes with a racing suit included, sold on the sale.
You're right, but now negative, how much is 300, 200, now negative 200 pounds and out of bed. We're down 200, give 150, one, I give 100, you 100 pounds and out of bed, 50 pound dollar, thank you, 60 pounds and we're down, 60 again, down 60, 70 pounds and out of bed. We're down, put them in 80 pounds and out of down 90, we're down 100, 100 pounds and out of bed, 90 bed, now 1, I had 90 pounds and out of now 100 pounds and out of bed. We're 90 now 1, now 1, I had 90 bed, now 100, we're 90 pounds and out of bed, 100 pounds and out of bed, we're 90 bed, now 100, I had 90 pounds and out of now 1 bed, now 100 pounds and out of bed, we're 90 now 1, I had 90 bed, now 100, 90 pounds and out of 100 pounds and out of bed, 90 bed, 95, 95 pounds and out of bed, we're 90 now 5, 90 pounds and out of, get a big 95 pounds and out of 90 pounds and out of 95, we're 90 pounds and negative 5 bed, we're 90 pounds and out of bed, 95, negative 90, 95, all through, all done, anybody else, 95. Your close bid at 90 pounds and out of bed goes on at 90.
Now offering lot F124.1, 1972 Yankee offering lot F125, 1975 Kawasaki KR250 race bike with a 7-speed race bike, Yvonne de Mol, restored by the late author and restorer Stephen Wright, documented in publication The Kawasaki Story from 1963 to present. Sold on those.
Negative 150, negative 100 pounds and out of bed. We won, I got 30, 90, 40, 50, 50 pound out of bed, negative 60 pound out of bed, 50, negative again, now 60 pound out of 70, now 70 pound out, negative 60, 70, now 70 pound out, negative 60 pound out, now 70 bed, now 70, now 65, 70 pound out of 65, 70, now 65 pound out of bed, negative 70 pounds, 65 pound out of now 70 bed, now 70 pounds out of bed, 65, 70 pounds and 70 pound out of 60 pounds, 70, 65 pound out of down 70 pounds and out of anyone else, 65 pounds and 70 pounds and out of, here we go, 65, 70 pounds and 60 pound negative 70 pounds and it goes on at 65 pounds and dollars. Up next, line up and out of bed. I have 50 pounds, 60 pounds and out of bed. 50, 60. I have 50 pounds and out of bed. 60, 70. And now 70, now 70. 70 pounds and out of bed. 80, 80 pounds and out of bed. 90, 90 pounds and 90, 90, 100. I have 90 bed, 100. Here, 90 bed, 1. I have 90 pounds and out of bed. 100 pounds and out of bed.
Thank you. And I'm going to go to 20, I'm going to go to 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, I'm going to go to 12 pound bed. I'm going to go to 12, I'm going to 10, 12 pounds and wheel. And I'm going to go to 12, I'm going to go to 17, I'm going to go to 20, I'm going to go to 20, I'm going to go to 17, 20.
So I'm not gonna lie, it feels like every Scott Flying Squirrel, because here's another one, and that makes 4 this weekend, is here. Because there aren't that very many of them, but we seem to have a lot of them here. So here's a very interesting, gorgeous bike. This is a Vincent Black Knight, the end of the Vincent series. these were fully enclosed bikes. Underneath, it's still the same as you would see in a Rapide or a Black Lightning, but it is just absolutely interesting. I don't know if I'd say gorgeous. This one's in excellent shape, but they are very interesting bikes. This one happens to be owned by David Silver of David Silver Spares, who sells Honda parts and British parts like Douglas Dragonfly parts to the U.S.
Rares post-war Vincent's name. Odometer race 19,000 miles. Pennsylvania title.
Hot kind of a minute, kind of about 10, hot kind of 75, hot kind of 75, hot kind of 15, and 15, hot kind of about 100, hot kind of 15, hot kind of 20, 25, and 20, hot kind of 5 period, hot kind of 25, down 30, hot 30, hot kind of 30,005, and 35 bid, 30 bid, 5 period, hot kind of 35, hot kind of 35,000, and 35, and 5, hot kind of 5 bid, 30 bid, 5 period, hot kind of 35,000, hot kind of 30,000 bid, 5, taking 40,000 new bidders in, hot kind of 40, and now 5 here, 45,000, and 45, hot kind of 5 here, 45, hot kind of 45, down 15, and 15, hot kind of 15, down 5, 15, 5, hot kind of 5, and 15, hot kind of 5, down 16,000, down 16, 16, 5, hot kind of reserve is on 5, hot kind of 65, and down 5 bid, 5 period, hot kind of 65,000, and hot kind of 5 bid, 16, 5, hot kind of 65 pound, and a 5, 70 bid, and 70 bid, 16, 5, hot kind of 70 bid, hot kind of 70,000, and 16, 5 bid, 70 bid, and 70 bid, hot kind of 16, 5, 67, hot kind of right now 70,000, 67, 70 bid, take it 2, 72,000 a bid, 72 pound, and 72 bid, hot kind of 2 here, 2, hot kind of 72, and 72, and a 5, hot kind of 75, got a three-way battle, hot kind of 75 pound, and 2's in the back, and a 5, 75 bid, hot kind of 75, and now 5, I never knew him to quit, next 75, 72, 75, and now 5 bid, hot kind of 5, he looks like a guy when he wants it, he gets it, 75 pound a bid, and 72, 75, hot kind of 5, I guess not, and hot kind of 5, hot kind of 5, half, sold 72, sold 72,000.
So those who watch this channel frequently know that I have a Willis 4, a Volkswagen powered R69 SBMW 1968. So I really love flat 4 powered motorcycles. Well, it just so happens that right here behind me is a flat 4 powered motorcycle, a Zundapp. So let's go take a look. So this is a 1937 Zundapp, I forget the model, K800, that's what it is. And it is actually a flat 4, boxer 4. You can see here are the exhaust pipes for both of it. And what's nice is they created this little shield for your legs. So I guess I'm not the only one that has problems with my feet burning up on the exhaust pipes. These are actually flatheads. They're not overhead valve. So I don't actually know where the fuel goes in, although I have to say, this is by far the coolest petcock I think I've seen ever in my life. And also, I just love this this style of bike. Look at this. Just look at this. I don't have a lot of words. I'm not very familiar with these bikes. I know they're German. I know they're beautiful. And I know they're not in business anymore. Unlike BMW, which is still in business and is still making boxer twins. So yeah, this is just an absolutely gorgeous bike. Let me get around here so you can really see floorboards and everything. See, I think that's what my bike needs, is floorboards. And look at the 2-to-1 exhaust on each side for fishtails. Just an absolutely gorgeous bike. And sprung saddles on rider and passenger. And these beautiful wide bars with the bar end controls, and these are factory bar end controls, not a custom thing. This actually is interesting. This is a steering dampener. As you're going down the road, if you want your steering to tighten up, you turn it to the right, and it tightens the neck bearings. So yeah, it's a way for you to get rid of some head shake. This is a girder front end. You can see here by the parallel bars, and the whole front end moves. The difference between a girder and a springer is the springer, the down leg is fixed and it works off a rocker. A girder, the whole down leg moves. So this is a girder front end, and it has friction shocks right here to dampen it. So just an absolutely gorgeous bike. This one already went to the auction, so I'll post up what it sold for under the in the video. And yeah, it is unbelievably gorgeous. So I am beat, and we are heading out, even though there's like 100 lots left, because I'm hungry. And everybody in there is drunk and bidding like crazy. Things are going for way higher than we were expecting. So yeah, there's not going to be much for us to be interested in. Plus, there wasn't a lot of bikes that we were interested in anymore. A lot of stuff went earlier today. So we're going to go grab some food, and I will see you tomorrow. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you like anything, say so in the comments. If you didn't like anything, say so in the comments. If there's stuff you want to see, let me know. And that's it. I'll see you next video.